Hello and welcome to another video. This is the Roidmi X20, which is a smart cordless vacuum cleaner with a lot of accessories. It's even got Bluetooth and there's an app for connecting it to a smartphone. But more about that later. As we can see on top of the box, it's been given quite a few design awards, so I guess it also looks good. But let's open the box and find out. In here everything is very well packed and organized with labeled boxes. And in this envelope is the documentation. We have a user manual, but you can also find the manual in the app on your phone, so you don't need to use the paper version. This is a manual for the water tank, and here's a little brush for cleaning the accessories. First I'll just take out everything that's in the box, so you can get a better overview of what's included. It comes with a lot of accessories, so we should find everything we need in here. Let's start by having a look at the main unit. It weighs only 1.5 kilos without any attachments on it, so it's not heavy at all. It does look very nice in my opinion. I especially like the matte white color and clean design with rounded edges. On top we have a battery indicator, a black power switch. This grey button is for adjusting the speed. It's got 3 levels of speeds. This is the connector for the charging cable, but you can also charge it here with a magnetic charger, very convenient for mounting it on a wall. You might notice that the transparent dust tank is a bit dirty at the moment, that's because I already used it a bit. This button is to remove the tank when we need to empty it. Here's the mounting area for the accessories. The 2 white circles are the power connectors for the accessories, so there's no cables hanging on the outside of the tubes. A very nice looking vacuum, and it's quite comfortable to hold with one hand as it's not too heavy. To power it on, we just need to hold the button for a couple seconds, and as you can hear, the motor is quite silent at low power. Let's try different speeds so you can hear what they sound like. At the highest power, the brushless motor spins at 120,000 RPM, and the suction power is 145 air watts, and the vacuum air pressure is 23,500 Pascal, and the noise level is from 72 decibels. Inside we have an 8-cell battery that provides 65 minutes of usage at the low setting, 35 minutes on moderate, or 12 minutes on high. The low setting is sufficient for most usage, so we usually don't need to use the higher settings. Another nice thing is that the battery is replaceable, so whenever it will be worn out, you can get a new one and replace it yourself. This is a upholstery nozzle and can be used wherever you need a brush to loosen some of the dirt, sand or whatever. It can also be separated for using the crevice tool. All the accessories are mounted the same way to the main unit. Just push it on until it locks in position like that. The upholstery nozzle is also nice to use on keyboards to get all the nasty stuff out from between the keys. If mounting any accessory directly to the main unit makes it too short, we can just use the extension tube, which makes it full length. This makes it easy to reach into the spaces between furniture or just reaching the floor level. Here I'm vacuuming between the kitchen cabinets and the fridge, where no other tool will fit. Removing dirt from under the edges of the fridge is also easy with this nozzle. It's also very useful in open spaces to get into cracks and edges, where the main head is just too big. This is the main head, which is a motorized LED head, so it's got a motor inside and a LED light for using it in dark areas. It's also very maneuverable, so it can go in all directions by turning the vacuum, just like we're used to with other vacuums. Inside is a brush roll with both fiber and rubber brushes. It also comes with 2 different rolls, one for using on carpets and one for hard floors. Swapping between the 2 is very easy. It's important to make the swapping process easy, or else people will not bother doing it anyway. The rolls are also waterproof, so if they get in contact with water, it can easily be removed. Using the vacuum is a pleasure as it's not heavy. The handle is also quite comfortable and makes it possible to hold it both with one hand and with 2 hands. Maneuvering around the furniture is also easy since the main unit turns in all directions. The head is also quite light, so lifting it while doing small carpets is no problem. It's a bit heavier than traditional vacuum, but it's not too heavy. Just be careful if the carpets have threads on the edges, because they could get stuck in the rotating rolls. On front of the head there's a LED strip that automatically switches on when it's in dark areas. This is nice as we don't have to switch it on ourselves every time. There's no switch to turn it on or off manually anyway, so you don't really have a choice. Switching on and off automatically will also save some battery, since it's not being used while it's not necessary. In darker rooms like this one, it will stay on all the time. It's also quite bright, so it's actually helpful in dark areas. This head does a good job with carpets in general, removing almost everything without too much work, but does struggle a little bit with the absolute hardest stuff, like pieces of fabric that's stuck in the carpet. The dustbin is only 0.4 liters, which is a bit small, but it's just one button to take it off and empty it, so it's not really a problem at all. The vacuum will also alert you when it's full. Next we have the flexible hose. This is very nice for vacuuming in difficult places where you don't want to maneuver the whole vacuum to get into them. For example, while doing furniture like sofas. It makes it very easy to get into the cracks while holding the vacuum steady with one hand. A very nice tool for handheld vacuuming above the floor height. We already saw the extension tube, but let's have a closer look at it anyway. Here you can see the mounting system, and inside is the power connector. The cables are inside the tube, so they won't bother us while vacuuming. In the other end we have the same type of connector, just a female type. The extension tube can be used with any of the accessories, and as we saw earlier, it's very easy to use. Just snap it in until it locks in place and we're ready to go. Next we have the mopping head, and it comes with 2 mops, so we have one extra. They attach by Velcro, and under here we can see the slow drop system. This is where the water will come out of the tank and into the mop. The tank's capacity is 160 ml, which is enough for a large room. To fill water, just open the rubber cap on top and fill it with whatever you want in it. The mop needs to be attached to the main head and is held on by magnet. You don't have to turn the head around to attach it, but I'll just do it now to show you what it looks like. Now that's done, and we can vacuum and mop at the same time, which can be a time saver for fast cleaning. We also get some extra slow drop filters in this box here, so that's nice for whenever we need to replace them. There's also an extra filter for the vacuum, so we have one spare for the future. The vacuum has 6 layers of filtration, and it's got HEPA filter, so it's safe for those who are prone to allergies. You can also see the state of the filter in the app on the smartphone, so it will tell you when it's time to replace it. Next we have a smaller motorized head. This is for use on mattresses and such. It's also got a rotating roll with fibers and rubber, but there's only one roll included. This head is supposed to even remove invisible mites from the mattresses, so it's a nice accessory to have. We really don't want those mites in our beds, do we? For charging the vacuum we have 2 options. It comes with this power brick that you can connect directly to the vacuum, or we can use this magnetic charger to charge wireless. This one can be mounted on a wall, so the vacuum can stand there charging without connecting the cable directly. It snaps right into place when it's close enough and automatically starts charging. On the front we can see the charge progress, so we will know when it's ready to use again. For direct charging there's a power plug under the handle here. Charging it from empty to full takes between 2 and 3 hours. When the tank is full and it's time to empty it, just push this button and the tank comes right off. There's another level of protection, so the dirt will not come out just by detaching the tank. So don't be afraid to take it off. In here we can see the multi-stage cyclone dust separator, which provides efficient filtration and helps prevent the loss of suction power due to clogging. To open this, just turn the filter to the side and it will come off. Putting it back together is just as easy. Just put the tank back on and put it back on the vacuum. By the way, if you remove the filter without putting in a new one, the vacuum will detect that it's missing and will not power on. This is to protect both the vacuum and the people around from flying dust. This vacuum has Bluetooth, which allows us to connect to a phone and get some information about its status. Here we can see the remaining battery, the battery standby time, and the status of the filter. Pulling up shows us more info, like cleaning time and what it's equivalent to in jogging and consumed calories. Under we can see how big an area we have cleaned so far. We can also reset the filter status if you want to, set the standard power, upgrade the firmware, and so on. The app will also tell you if the dustbin needs to be emptied. The user manual is also available from the app, so you don't really need the paper version, as the app is always easily available. There might not be a whole lot of things to do in the app, but it makes it easy to check the vacuum's condition and access the manual when needed. All in all, this is a powerful little handheld vacuum, and the wide range of accessories that are included makes it usable for just about every need we may have. The mounting system for the accessories is also quite solid and very easy to use. The maneuverability of the motorized head works very well and makes it easy to use when moving around furniture. A bonus is the LED light in front of it, which makes it a breeze to vacuum in darker areas. It switches on automatically when there's not enough light and off again when it's not needed anymore. Wireless charging is also nice to have, so we don't have any cables laying around. And checking its charge status by looking at the LED lights or just opening the app is also nice. The main unit's weight distribution is a bit to the front of the handle, but it's quite light, so I don't see that as a problem at all. If it was moved more to the back, I guess I would have had to move the handle more to the front, which will probably make it more uncomfortable to use. I like how it is now, and the handle feels very comfortable in the hand. I also like the noise level of this vacuum, as it is quite silent at lower power modes at only 72 decibel. It also comes with 2-year warranty, as long as it's purchased from an authorized dealer. I'll include links below to the authorized dealers that I know about, so you can get it there if you want to buy it. And that's it from my video. I hope you liked it and consider subscribing for more. Have a nice day. Bye bye.